So I'm pushing this e-bike up the hill. My legs are burning. Like, this is hard, and I'm pushing fast. My son comes light jogging down the hill and yells at me, "Dad, there's a Sasquatch." So I'm coming up in this direction, and the road hooks, and they're looking down the hook, in which I can't see down, going, "There's a Sasquatch." He runs back up, and I see him and David looking, and their eyes are huge and big. So he's like, "Run, Dad!" And I can't run. My legs are burning on fire. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Todd, standing out here on expedition. This is the David Avocado Wolf expedition. A lot's been happening. We got burned out of radium because of the wildfires, so we had to come out to Nordegg. Beautiful, amazing Nordegg, Alberta. So British Columbia's radium. We went all the way 6 hours back to this incredible place up here in Nordegg, where within 24 hours, my son, who's on this expedition, and David Avocado Wolf had an incredible, amazing sighting substantiated by myself. I also had a sighting that day. So this ecology is absolutely amazing. What I want to talk about right now, the reason I have my voice lowered right now, is so this particular area in Nordegg has the Small Boy Indian Reserve. And as I've been told, so Chief Small Boy led his people out here many, many years ago, decades and decades ago, with the hope of returning to the older ways. And he came out here with horses. And do you see that behind me? Wild, beautiful horses. Let's have a look at these incredible beings. So here they are. See them? Aren't they beautiful? There's a colt over there. Beautiful horses. I'm not going to stress them out too much. They're accustomed to people. You generally see them on the road. They've found themselves an ecology here to survive within. So the natives, obviously, these beautiful horses are historical to them. So they do what they can to take care of them, and they certainly do not hunt them. Let's get a look at this colt who's looking at me right now. Look at that. So from this year, you'll see they have beautiful colors. I'm seeing brown, black, beige, pinto, dark brown, manes of, that's one of my favorite colors is right there, is that mare. See her, she's got a beautiful light brown, and then her tail is like a blonde color. I see that quite often. And then you see another mare over there, nice, beautiful dark brown with a black mane, and then there's this whiter pintoed colored, I can't tell if that's a mare. I'm not, oh, look at that. Black face. Look at these beautiful horses. Hello. So as you can see, they're not terrified of people. Oh my God, look at this over here. We're seeing probably the mother. Wow. Beautiful horses. So a wonderful history of them here up in northern Canada. These horses are definitely all familiar with Sasquatch, which is absolutely amazing. This is very, very primo Sasquatch habitat, obviously, because we came out here and within 24 hours, the famous, the amazing, the fantastic David Avocado Wolf had an incredible sighting with the Sasquatch. So my son was out on this expedition. Every year I need to take my boy out. He's 15 this year. And the way the sighting went, and we'll go back to the area and have a closer look at it. So one of the e-bikes broke down, which happens a lot. This land is harsh and rough. So the e-bike breaks down. When the e-bike breaks down, it's an 80-pound piece of crap, and it's hard, and you got to push it. So I was pushing the e-bike. I told them just head off and just go back to base camp because I was going to be way behind. It's hell to get one of those damn e-bikes back. Well, they go to the top of the big hill, the last hill I have to come up, and they're waiting, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm pushing this e-bike up the hill. My legs are burning. Like, this is hard, and I'm pushing fast. My son comes light jogging down the hill and yells at me, "Dad, there's a Sasquatch." So I'm coming up in this direction and the road hooks and they're looking down the hook in which I can't see down, going, there's a Sasquatch. He runs back up and I see him and David looking and their eyes are huge and big. So he's like, run, Dad. And I can't run. My legs are burning on fire. Well, I tried. So I get up there. It takes me about 5 minutes to get there. They've come back to me and they go, we need to go down there and investigate. They're not leaving. They're waiting for Todd Standing because they want their guide to take them over. So by the time I get there, the Sasquatch isn't there. So we get on our bikes. Now I can pedal because it's a little bit of a flat area. So we start pedaling the bikes. They get ahead of me because their e-bikes are working and I'm going as fast as I can. They get ahead of me and I look over to my left. Boom, there's a Sasquatch running fluidly through the wilderness. So we went in, got off our bikes at that point, went in to investigate, and we heard a nice little whoop off in the distance about 25 yards away. So, and then after that, so David and my son believed the Sasquatch they saw was about 7 feet tall. They went over to the lodgepole pine trees that were there, the saplings that were small, and they realized the Sasquatch that was looking over top of them, kind of bobbing and looking. They thought, oh, he's probably, because the Sasquatch I saw was at least 8 feet tall. They said, oh, ours is, we believe ours isn't that big. But when they got over to about 250 yards away from they had the sighting, it's a clear line of sight, 250 yards, which isn't far. They realized the Sasquatch they were looking at was 9 feet tall. The pine, the lodgepole pine saplings were all 6-7 feet tall, and they saw him head and shoulders above it. So literally, if you want to be conservative and say that these pine trees were, the smaller ones were over 6 feet tall, actually, they were 7 to 8 feet tall, to be honest. So when you're seeing head and shoulders above that, it's 9 feet. And they totally agreed to it. So they went through their little paradigms as they were having their sighting, which is pretty funny. You know, are we seeing a bear? Is it a bear? There's no ears on the top of the head. They went through the whole gambit. Wide shoulders, you know, no ears on the top of the head, moving upright. And their sighting was minutes long, minutes before that Sasquatch backed off back in the trees. So absolutely incredible, amazing sighting. I always tell people, and this is the truth about expeditioners, it's really up to you to manifest your success. We're out here and we're not versing these animals. Like with the horses right now, I let them come to me. I show serenity, I show peace. I watch out for the stud to come charging at me because he keeps his crew nice and safe. But we're really attracting them in. And my son is just a wonderful, gentle heart. He's gotten along so well with David Avocado Wolf. It is amazing how they have gelled. They have so many similarities. My boy is like, wow, I have so much in common with this great man. And even I tell people too, if I would have been there for that sighting, it wouldn't have transpired as well as it did. I would have immediately went down there and that Sasquatch would have backed off too fast. So everything happens in a fortuitous fashion out here. I tell people that. I go, you know, if you're going to have great success with Sasquatch, they will literally find a way to get me out away from you. Something will happen. Some event will transpire that's unbelievable and amazing. And they'll isolate you and they'll get to you all by themselves. Because out here in the wilderness, the Sasquatch run things. They're my teachers. I am simply a conduit for people to come out here and live interact with or eyewitness Sasquatch. And don't take my word for it. You can ask David Avocado Wolf. His testimony is substantiated by my son, Thaden Standing, and believe me, these are good, honest human beings. They authentically had this incredible encounter. I'm not really even surprised. Substantiated by a Sasquatch that I saw only minutes later. Substantiated further by these two amazing people that have come into my life. First Nations people. So I'm going to Warren and Annette, these amazing people, were actually down at the camp where Jeff Meldrum saw Sasquatch. They were based there. I didn't know it at the time. So when we came full circle around about 45 minutes after we had seen a Sasquatch, Warren was there saying, we just saw a Sasquatch, and we kind of pushed it off as we went out after it about 45 minutes ago. So literally the Sasquatch they were interacting with, that they have audio evidence of, that they had seen, they'd pushed it away by approaching it and pushed them over to where my son and David Avocado Wolf saw a Sasquatch, then I saw a Sasquatch, and the timing literally matched up. They said, oh, the Sasquatch was out here, he was whooping and making sounds since 6 a.m. from 10 a.m., and then we just pushed him off, and then I go, yeah, and then we just saw him. So most likely there were at least 2 Sasquatch there. I would, based on my experience, I would say there's probably 4 at least, because they just don't travel alone. And it's not likely the one that I saw is the one that they saw. I think they saw a 9-footer, and mine was 8 feet and a little bit. Oh no, there was at least 3 that I have evidence of. So there was also a female track that we found, a slender 15-inch female track that we found over there. So we have evidence of a 9-foot tall Sasquatch, a female who was probably around 7 feet tall and slender, and then a male is what I believe I saw running through the wilderness, like, wow, silently just exploding through the wilderness. No doubt it was a Sasquatch, upright, bipedal, moving extremely fluidly. So amazing things going on out here in this incredible habitat. Let's have another look at these beautiful Mustangs, as we're only halfway through the expedition. So because of the fires and all the rain and the crazy weather, we may actually leave this research area and drive way the hell all the way back to Radium, which is so far from here. But that's what they want. It's David's expedition. He's here with his amazing wife, who's been participating and helping me out significantly. I'm very grateful for her. Thank you very much, Christina. Let's have another look at these incredible Mustangs over here.